What's up guys, and welcome back to Software and Audio Solutions, and today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone 2 and its latest updates. Now I cover every single update that Call of Duty brings out. It doesn't matter if it's a small update or a huge update, okay? The reason why I'm doing this video today is Call of Duty actually released a 300 megabyte update to fix the FPS issues inside this game. Now, this is a good thing. I've never actually seen Call of Duty fix something in their fucking game because all they do is they fuck it up. That's what they do. So for the first time ever, hands fucking down to Call of Duty. Hands fucking down to Call of Duty for fixing this fucking bullshit. Right? A lot of people was experiencing getting 80 FPS at fucking max FPS. That was their max FPS. Even though they would change things to low and stuff like that, they would reach the max of 80 FPS with really high-end machines. Now, Call of Duty did an update to fix that, but there's a couple of things that you're going to need to change to also achieve really good FPS, really good quality in the game, and it depends on your machine. Alright, I'm doing about 130 FPS in the lobby over here, as you can see where I'm choosing what I'm going to play. Now, this is the settings I'm using, and I'm doing 130 FPS. I'll do more FPS because I'm recording with OBS, so I do about 140 to 150 FPS over here. While playing the game, I do about 150 to 160 FPS with the specific settings that I have right here. Okay, I have a 9700K, an RTX 2060 OC, and 16 gigs of RAM. They have different timings on them, and I have overclocked my GPU and my CPU as well. Now, if you have a way better machine than me, that's much higher end than mine, like a 30 series or a 40 series, you will get like 200 FPS and plus. So 200 plus, 240 FPS. You should be doing that with the settings that I'm going to show you right now. So AMD FSR on ultra quality. I recommend this to people out there that's running machines just like me or higher end. Okay, go with this. If you're running anything lower than my machine, like you're running a 10 series graphics card or a laptop, a budget gaming laptop or stuff like that, go over here to AMD FSR and then go to either quality or balance. But before you change that, there's something else you can also change. Instead of going to balance or quality, leave it at ultra quality, leave this at full make SMA 2 times, always, so you don't get jagged edges in the game, on your character, on the buildings, on cars, just in objects in general. Go with full make SMA 82 times. It smoothens out the jagged edges. Anti-analyzing quality, always at ultra quality. The reason why I have my game's video memory scale at 90% is because I play my game at texture resolution at normal, texture filtering at high, nearby level of detail at high, and then also distant level of detail at high. Now, for people out there that is losing FPS and you're still using AMD FSR to get the best FPS out of this game, don't change this to quality, don't go balance, never ever go performance. What you can do is leave this at ultra quality, leave all of these things the same, and then you're going to drop this a little bit down to about 70, and then don't go with normal, you can go with low. There's not a lot of visual difference in the game's quality between low and normal. If your machine is struggling, go with a low over here. Texture filter anisotropic, you can go with normal. I highly do recommend that you keep this at high and this at high because it makes the game look really good. You do not want your game to look like you're playing Tetris or that you're playing fucking like just an old ass game like Wolfenstein 3D. Like, please don't fucking change things that you shouldn't be changing. Please don't fucking do that. Okay, so I do recommend going with low and then normal and then high and high. Now if you have a really high end machine, much better than mine, then go over here, change this to 90%, go over here, change this to normal, have this at high, have that at high, and then have this at high as well. So if you have a really high end gaming machine, I recommend you go with normal, high, high, high. Okay, you should be good to go. You wouldn't dip under 120 FPS if you got a better machine than mine. You shouldn't be dipping under like 120, 130 FPS. You shouldn't be dipping under that, okay? So go with these settings and you should be good to go. Now I'm going to obviously have people leaving me comments saying, yo dude, I use Nvidia DLSS. I get way better FPS with Nvidia DLSS. Now something about Nvidia DLSS is, yes, it gives you more FPS. It can give you more FPS if you put this on balance, alright? If you put it on balance, if you put it on performance, you'll do even more FPS. But if you put it on ultra performance, you can get way more FPS, but then your game starts looking like dog shit, and you don't want that. You don't want your game to look like shit. Plus, also on top of it, Nvidia DLSS, even if you put this at quality, the right and left hand side blurs out. I don't know why this is a thing for Nvidia DLSS, but it is a thing in Call of Duty right now, okay? So if you want to go Nvidia DLSS, go with it, but go with balance. I recommend it because it's going to give you the best performance, and it's also going to give you the best quality in general overall in the game. Now, this is going to be your sharpness. This is going to be your own personal preference over here, your own personal preference, all right? A lot of people are also going with NVIDIA image scaling, and then they're going with native, so they run the game at native resolution. If you're playing a 1080p, 1440p, 2K, 4K, whatever fucking... If you're playing this on a Samsung fridge, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I don't. As long as you follow my guidelines, you will be good to go. You can play this game on a fucking calculator. Just follow my settings. As long as your calculator has the exact same settings as mine, then you should be fucking good to go. Alright, let's go over this. So, right now at this very moment, a lot of people are saying Fidelity FX Cache is the best to go for because it has the best strengthening inside the game, right? It gives you a lot of sharpness in the game, and you can see your enemies very, very well. Now, I can see my enemies very, very well with this as well. AMD FSR at ultra quality, full mic SMAA T2 times, ultra quality, 90%, normal, high, high, and high. Okay, this is what you should be going for. This is the settings you should be changing your settings to right now with the latest update, because they fixed a couple of things inside Call of Duty's graphic fucked upness. So in their graphic settings in general, what they fucked up, they fixed it, which is a good thing. So fucking hands down to Call of Duty. Fucking I applaud them for doing something good in their game. Alright, so clutter door distance always short, particle quality at low, particle quality level at very low. Bullet impacts of spray don't have an FPS impact in your game, so if you turn it off, it won't give you more FPS. If you turn it on, it won't give you less FPS. Just turn it on, it doesn't do anything in the game. It will just let you have bullet impacts and sprays and stuff like that, so go ahead and turn it on. Damage layers is your own personal preference. It tells you on the right hand side what it does. Just go read, use your eyes. Over here, shader quality, I leave this at low. The reason why I leave this at low is it's an FPS hogger, and there's no visual difference between low and high. There's literally no visual difference, so leave this at low. Tessellation, I put this at off. Leave it for fucking sakes. Just leave it fucking off, okay? Max on the terrain memory. Even if you've got a very low-end gaming machine, leave this on max. We're going to skip this for now. We don't need to go over this. Streaming quality, always at low. Volumetric quality, always at low. I used to keep this at medium in my game, but right now with the latest updates and how the game is going, I'm keeping this at low right now, and my game still looks perfectly fine with this being on low. Physics quality, low. You do not want physics in the game, because what it's going to do is it's going to make you lose FPS inside the game. Water, always off. There's no visual difference between the water being on and being off, okay? So you can test this out yourself. Turn it on, and then go look at the water, or jump in the water, make yourself a little bit wet, and then come out of the water. Turn this on and off. There's no fucking difference between the water, but what's going to happen is you're going to lose frames, which you don't want. That's why you're here. That's just why you're watching my video, is to get more FPS, not less. So turn this off, okay? So from here we're going to go to shadow and lighting, and this plays a very, very big role inside the game itself, and it is a very huge FPS hogger if you start turning these things on, off, and on ultra and all that bullshit, okay? So this very low always. This one over here, off. This low. This on ultra. The reason why I say put this at ultra is it will not let you get stuttering in the game. Lots of people are experiencing stutter in the game, and it's actually fucking fucked up. I know it's like a hassle, but put this at ultra and it can help you with just in general overall stutters in the game, and it can actually fix it for you. Alright, particle lighting at low, ambient occlusion off, always off, turn it off, leave it the fuck alone, done. Cool. Screen space reflections off, static reflection quality low, weather grid volumes, you do not want to see the fucking weather in the game, turn it off, you don't fucking need it. Cool. On plus boost will always be a thing in Call of Duty, especially with the latest update, leave it on plus boost. Just don't touch it, just leave it on plus boost. Depth of field off, it's a multiplayer game. All of these things, all three of them, turn it off, it's a multiplayer game. This thing over here where they're saying weapon motion blur makes you not stutter anymore, if that's the case for you and you are stuttering while turning this off, okay, and you turn this on and you don't get stuttering, then turn it on. For me, I turn this off. I don't get stutters in my game. Not when I jump out the plane, not when I land, not when I'm in a gunfight. I never get stutters with these settings I'm using right now at this very moment. But there's something very, very important that I'm going to need to show you if you are an Nvidia user like me. Okay, for people out there that hasn't seen this already. Film grain always at 0.00, and then you're going to apply these settings. Now, something that you're going to need to do is, once you apply these settings, is this over here. You're going to go to display, and you're going to come over here where it says restart shader optimization. You're going to click on this and say restart. Then you're going to need to restart your game. But before you restart your game, this is something I just want to go over for people out there that is maybe new to this video right now or new to my channel. Okay, you're going to go to interface up here, go to color customization, put this at filter 2, always keep it at filter 2, keep this at both. You can go with world or just interface itself, but I do recommend going with both, 100%, 100%, and then customize your color to your own personal preference. Right now I have my enemies at magenta. That is the type of pink I'm using, is magenta. This is full pink. I'm using magenta right now at this very moment, and it makes my enemies stand out a fuck ton. Right now you can choose your own color inside here. Literally you can choose whatever fucking color you want. I just keep mine like this, and you just go to apply custom settings. Right, once you are done with this, I'm just going to press escape, going to press escape, and going to press escape. Once you're done with this, this is what you're going to need to do if you are an Nvidia user like me. Alright, so if you are an Nvidia user like me, you're going to go to your desktop, right click on your desktop, and open up Nvidia control panel. You're going to go to where it says use the advanced 3D image settings and click on take me there, which is basically just going to take you to manage 3D settings. You are going to just copy this. I'm not going to explain this again. I already explained in my previous video. If you haven't seen my previous video, go check it out. All you need to do is copy every single thing I have inside here. Just copy it. It plays a very big role with the settings I just showed you inside the game. So go ahead and change this to as it is inside here. Copy my settings. You can just pause the video, copy every single thing inside here, and then apply these settings. Once you're done with that, you go to config surrounding physics and make sure you have your GPU selected. Not your CPU, not auto detect, your GPU selected, and say apply. Once you're done with that, you're going to go to adjust desktop color settings, and you're going to come inside here. Now, what you can do is you can copy my settings over here, or you can go over to your own personal preference. I have my brightness at 50% because I changed the brightness inside the game, not inside my Nvidia control panel. My contrast I do change inside this over here in the Nvidia control panel settings, because what it does is it makes the game pop with more color just in general once I'm playing the game and you're actually in the game itself. Right, gamma I have at 1.00, which is its default, but digital vibrance is something I play around with, and my sweet spot for my game right now is 95 with my screen. It's going to depend on your monitor, your display, or your screen that you are using right now. Play around with this and see which one is the best for you. You'll actually see this picture become more dull the more you put it down. Okay, so I have mine at 95, and this is my sweet spot that I have right now. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, if this worked for you, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here. Just like my video if this actually worked. Leave a comment down below if it actually worked for you. If you got an improvement or anything like that, leave a like, leave a comment. I would appreciate the feedback. I would just want to help the Call of Duty community as best I can. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, peace out.